What's going on, guys? Emmanuel Jones here, and we back at with another prediction. We'll be here for our week 3 predictions. Last week I went 7-9, which I did pretty bad, and overall record is 20-12, which is pretty good. So before we get to our predictions for week 3, put the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment below to see how what your week 3 predictions are. So yeah. Well, I've already predicted. Well, earlier I predicted Jets to win 20-16, and they won 24-3. So we're gonna get things started here with the rest of the games. Um, we got the New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are favored by 6.5. Obviously, this game right here can go either way, but ultimately, I think it's gonna come down to the point where I think this game could be a mismatch because two bad quarterbacks playing against each other. Because we know that we know that Daniel Jones is bad, and so is Deshaun Watson. Because now people are gonna say that Emmanuel's being a hater because Deshaun Watson sucks, Daniel Jones sucks. I mean, Deshaun Watson is not good. The guy's inaccurate. He can't complete a pass. Like, he can't even hit a water if he fell out of a damn boat. And Daniel Jones has not been playing good recently. I mean, the Giants' offense has not been playing good. Neither the Browns are. But despite the Browns, beating Jacksonville last week. But Cleveland at home on defense should favor them because their defense is good at playing well at home, rather on the road. We know they won a road game against Jacksonville last week. But I think the Browns' defensive line versus the Giants' offensive line is a good matchup because the Giants' offensive line can't block. The Browns' defense can overwhelm that. And they got a good secondary, too, like Denzel Ward versus Malik Neighbors. That could be a good matchup. I think they can double him, cover him, because we know Malik Neighbors had a good game last week against the Commanders. But the difference between the Giants is that the Giants' defense cannot stop the run. They couldn't stop the run last week because Brian Robinson was tearing them up. But I think the Browns can run the ball on the Giants a little bit. I think they just got to get the passing offense going, especially Amari Cooper, David Njoku out, Jerry Jeudy, and Elijah Moore. They got to get those guys going. So, yeah, I think the Browns win this game because they're at home, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're a better team overall. So, I got the Browns to win, and I'm going to take the Browns to cover as well. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, like 16 to 10, something like that. So, yeah, give me the Browns to win the cover. Next game, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored by -1.5. Obviously, I call it a trap game because a lot of people are picking the Colts to win because, a lot of people are picking the Colts to win because they're at home, and most people are picking the Bears to win because the Bears could be a better team than the Colts, which I really think that in my opinion because I have the Bears ranked up as the Colts. But I think the Bears should win, but in my opinion, I don't really know who to pick here because here's the thing. Michael Pittman's on the injury report, and which I don't know if he's going to play, but if he plays, I think that can help the Colts passing game going. The defense got so many injuries, you got Buckner on IR, and then you got more players on injury reserve, more players who are injured like Latu. I don't know if he's going to play. We know Juju Brents is on IR, but who's covering DJ Moore? The secondary they don't really have a great secondary, but they did stop the pass last week. But the Colts run defense did get exposed last week. Josh Jacobs was tearing them apart. And Jonathan Taylor on offense had a really good game though. He really tear the Packers defense apart. I think they can run the ball a little bit on the Bears because I don't think the Bears have much of a pass rush that can get after Anthony Richardson. I think that can set the Colts offense into sex to create some play action to keep them off third and long. But we understand Anthony Richardson's bad, which he can't throw. He can run, and we know he's athletic, but he can't really complete a pass. But I think playing a dome can help Caleb because he kind of played okay against the Texans in a dome, but outdoors he didn't really play really good. So I think the Colts can win this game. I think their defense can get the Bears offense issues. I think their Colts O-line can control the Bears pass rush. And I think Anthony Richardson is more explosive than Caleb. So which that reminds me that I'm going to take the Colts to win because the Colts are at home and I think they can run the ball a little bit on the Bears. So yeah, so I got the Colts to win. I'm gonna take the Bears to cover, but I don't know. My mind says take the Bears to win. My heart says pick the Colts. But I'm taking the Colts to win because they're at home in this game. So yeah. I think it will be close, like a 27-24, 24-20 type of game, something like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Colts to win, but the Bears to cover. Next game, we have the Houston Texans versus Minnesota Vikings. The Texans are favored by 2.5. I mean, they're favored by 2, obviously. So basically, this game right here is going to be fun to watch. We know most people could be picking Minnesota to win because they're at home in this game. We don't know about Justin Jefferson's stat, but if he plays, that can help the Vikings throw the ball a little bit. But if he doesn't, I don't think it's going to help. But at the same time, I think the Vikings defense has been playing lights out though. Like they really found a way to like give the Niners offense issues. Like Brian Flores game plan has been going on really well. But I think he can because I feel like if the Vikings do the same thing, like give the Texans offense issues and give their defense issues, I think the Vikings can win this game. But I don't think CJ Stroud's going to be rattled. I feel like CJ Stroud's way too good. Um, that's why I'm gonna remind me taking the Texans to win because I think the Texans are the better team, better quarterback, and I just kind of really think the Texans can move the ball a little bit. Um, because I just really think the Texans on offense. I think they're just gonna be way explosive. I think Nico Collins can have another good game because he's been excellent. Stephon Diggs can have another good game. Tank Dell can after being a bomb last week, and Dalton Schultz can too. I just feel like the pass catchers of Houston is gonna be too much for the Vikings secondary to handle, and I think the defense of Houston is just gonna give the Vikings offense a lot of problems. I just think the pass rush is going to give the Vikings offense a lot of issues, especially when Sam Darnold, when he sees ghosts, that reminds me of a zero blitz. So I don't really know the Vikings going to be able to blitz as much, and I don't really know the Texans can blitz. Maybe they can blitz okay, but their secondary does have a good. They do have a great secondary that can man up against Justin Jefferson and the Vikings receivers. I think if you double Justin Jefferson and make them throw the ball to other people, I think that can really help the Texans defense play well for success. But at the same time, I think it will be close. I got the Texans win this game. Um, I'm gonna take Minnesota with the points. I think they keep it competitive. I'm gonna say Houston can win by a touchdown or a field goal, but I'm gonna say they win by a touchdown. So I'm gonna say like 27-20, something like that. So yeah, I got the Texans to win, but I got the Vikings to cover. I mean, so yeah. Next game, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored by 2.5. I don't know why. The Saints have been on the road. They've been smoking teams. The Eagles are coming off a loss against Atlanta. Obviously, this game right here should be fun to watch. Now, a lot of people are going to be on the Saints to win because they're at home, and the Saints, they're better than people think. I mean, they have a better offense. I mean, the Saints, I like how the way they've been playing on both sides of the ball. Their offense is totally playing a lot better. The defense is totally playing outstanding. I mean, they're playing lights out. All lines protecting, and they're running the football a lot better. And especially the play calling with Clint Kubiak has been working for the Saints. I just like how the way they're playing on offense and on defense. But at the same time, on the Eagles on defense, they can't really stop anybody. Like they can stop the run, I guess, but I don't think they can stop the pass. Like basically, Darius Slay is fried. I like Mitchell as a corner. I like Cooper Jardine as a corner. I like Gardner Johnson as a safety and Reed Blankenship. But at the same time, they can't really defend against receivers and tight ends. Like I've been saying this for like several times. They struggle against tight ends and receivers. Linebackers are the linebackers are bad, and then their pass rush is overwhelming. But their O line is good. But with no AJ Brown playing, that kind of scares me. Who's going to step up? Jahan Dawson, Devonta Smith. But you got other weapons. I mean, the Eagles been running the ball a lot better. But I think the Eagles, I thought they should have at least beaten the Saints, though. They should have beat the Saints because the Eagles, because, Saquon Barkley dropped the pass and all of a sudden their defense kind of blew where they made Kirk Cousins look phenomenal. And Jalen Hurts threw a late interception. I don't see it happening. I think the Eagles can move the ball a little bit. But at the same time, I think the Saints do have a better defense, in my opinion. They play better on defense, better secondary, in my opinion. But at the same time, my heart tells me to go with the Saints, but my mind says go with the Eagles. I'm gonna say the Eagles are gonna get back on track and win this game because I just don't see them going 1-2. I think they're just a better team overall, better quarterback. I think they got better coaching. I think Vic Fangio's gonna have a good game plan against the Saints offense. So yeah, so maybe the Saints defense does give the Eagles a ton of offense issues, but I don't know. Because Saints have been really, really competitive in some games, but I think it will be close. I'm going to say Eagles win like 30-23 or like 30-26, something like that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to say the Eagles win this game by like 3 points. So, yeah. All right, next game we have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are favored by -3. I'm calling this a trap game because this game right here can definitely go either way. We know that most people are picking LA to win because the Chargers, on offense, they've been looking extremely good. They're running the ball a lot better, especially J.K. Dobbins looking good coming off the injury. Their passing game is playing a lot better, but Herbert hasn't really reached it over 200 yards. That's kind of concerning. O-line is playing great. They're getting guys involved like Lad McConkey. They're getting guys involved like Josh Palmer. I don't know if he's playing, but they're getting they're getting Quentin Johnson involved, which he kind of had a better game. Defensively, they're playing a lot better. Like their defense, they're kind of stopping the run okay, and they're kind of stopping the pass okay. I mean, their defense has been playing lights out. You got to give Harbaugh credit. But here's the thing: I feel like that Mike Tomlin does own Greg Roman, which that's a factor. But at the same time, I don't know if I have faith in the Steelers to win this game because the Steelers' offense is not able to get it done. But the defense has been playing lights out, but the offense is totally not doing its best. But I think the Steelers' defense can definitely give Herbert a tough time. But I don't know if Herbert's playing this game because if Herbert plays, I could totally take the Chargers. But if he doesn't, I could pick the Steelers. But here's the difference between Justin and Justin, which is Justin versus Justin. The other Justin is way better than the other Justin because we know that the other Justin on Chargers, he can complete a pass, and the other one, he just runs. So we do have questions at quarterback because if Russell Wilson plays, I mean, it could be interesting to see. So yeah, but at the same time, I just have a feeling that that the Chargers could struggle to run the ball, especially on that Steelers defense, because the Steelers defense is really good, especially their pass rush, which I think they stop the run better than the Chargers. I think the Steelers can run the ball a little bit on the Chargers. I think George Pickens is a difference maker, which I don't think the Chargers can have an answer for him. I don't really know if they're going to be able to cover him one-on-one. Pat Fairmouth could be a difference maker. So, yeah. And Najee Harris been running the ball, been looking good. So, yeah. So, by the way, I'm going to take the Steelers to win. I think the Steelers, defense finds a way to win this game. I think the offense can stay competitive though, and then I think they can find a way to like defensively like get their offense off the field and all that, because I think the only way the Chargers win this game is that their offense can find a way to at least like move the ball and then they make explosive plays. But my problem with the Steelers is that we seen that good teams just go into Pittsburgh and just torch them. That's what I kind of really see. And I think the Chargers could definitely throw on them a little bit. But I don't know they're going to be able to do enough, though, to run the ball on the Steelers' defense. Which that kind of reminds me that I think the Steelers should win this game. But I'm going to say the Steelers, it should be close, but I got the Steelers win this game. But give me the Chargers with the points. I think the Chargers find a way to cover this game to keep this game competitive, because the Chargers have definitely been competitive recently. So I'm going to say the Chargers cover, but I'm going to say the Steelers win. But I'm going to say I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to say like 17-16, 21-20, something like that. I think the Steelers just win by 1 point. So give me the Chargers to cover and the Steelers to win the game. Next game, we have the Denver Broncos versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is favored by -6. Obviously, this game right here, it can definitely go either way. Obviously, we know that the Broncos are totally on a downfall and the Bucs are trending up. But I got the Bucs win this game. Yeah, the Bucs do have injuries on defense, but I got the Bucs win this game because they're at home, better quarterback. They're the more complete team. And all of a sudden, the Bucs, they do have injuries on defense, but I think the Broncos I think they can keep it close. But I feel with the Bucs having injuries on defense can totally help the Broncos run the ball a little bit. But their receiving core isn't good. But the Bucs do have a better receiving core, which I think the Bucs can move the ball on the Broncos, because I don't think the Broncos defense is great. I think the Bucs can run the ball on them. I think they can throw at them. And I think Todd Bowles can have a good game plan against Bo Nix, who's truly been absolutely bad for 2 weeks. Because we know Bo Nix is bad. So, yeah. I just don't really see how the Broncos are going to be able to move the ball a little bit. Especially the Bucs do have a better secondary. So, yeah. So, I just think the Bucs defense is just going to give them problems. Because Todd Bowles like the blitz, and he does a good job confusing young quarterbacks. So, yeah, that kind of sets me in the mind that the Bucs should win this game. This should favor the Bucs. I don't really see how Denver's going to be able to move the ball, but I think they can move the ball a little bit. But I don't really know if they're going to be able to keep up with the Bucs, because they're very more explosive on offense, and the Broncos aren't that explosive. So, at the same time, I understand that Sean Payton did have success against Todd Bowles in the past, but he could keep it interesting though. But I just have a feeling that the Bucs are gonna pull it off. I'm gonna say the Bucs win like 34-16 or like 27-16, 20-16. I think the Bucs can score more than 20 in this game, because I don't think the Broncos defense is great. So give me the Bucs to win. Give me the Bucs to cover. Next game, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are favored by -3. Now, the reason why I wish Green Bay was favored, but the Titans are kind of favored in this game because, the Titans, they're favored because they don't really know Jordan Love is playing. Because if Jordan Love plays, I think it should favor the Packers. But I think the Packers are underdogs because Jordan Love is questionable. But if it's Malik Willis, I mean, that's just no-go. I mean, I might go with the Titans because Malik Willis might not, because if Malik Willis plays. But if Jordan Love plays, I think the Packers can win this game. But the Packers did win with Malik Willis last week. I mean, their defense nearly got ripped up by Jonathan Taylor, because Jonathan Taylor kind of tore them apart. The Packers defense is concerning, which I think the Titans offense can move the ball. I want to see Tony Pollard, like, I think they can run the ball a little bit. I need to see Tony Pollard, get a touchdown, because he hasn't been scoring a touchdown for 2 weeks, because I have him on my fantasy team, and I need him to score a touchdown. So I like to see the Titans run the ball a little bit, and I think the offense can move the ball. Like, I think their Titans defense could totally get the Packers offense a lot of problems, because they got good corners in the secondary that can man up against the young Packers receivers. They have the pass rush to like get after the quarterback, which I think the defense of the Titans can get them issues though. But at the same time, I think Green Bay's offense can move the ball on them. And I think defensively, I think they can game plan better. I think the defense can do a good job, slowing down the run. They can give the Will Levis issues. And then their secondary against the Titans receivers is a good matchup. So look out for Jair against, D Hop or Calvin Ridley. That would be a good matchup. Also look out for Snead versus Jaden Reed. Could be a good matchup. So by the way, I'm gonna say Jordan Love does play, so I'm picking the Packers to win. But I'm going to say Green Bay wins like a 23-16, something like that. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Packers to win because they're just a better team overall. They have the better coaching. And I think they kind of have a better quarterback. So, yeah. So, I got the Packers winning. So, give me Green Bay to win the game. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are favored by -6. Obviously, no Bryce Young. So, it's just going to be Andy Dalton versus Gardner Minshew. Now, the question is, will I have faith in the Panthers to cover the spread in this game? Absolutely. I don't really know if I do have faith in the Panthers to cover because the Panthers, it's been 2 straight weeks since they haven't covered. So that's kind of sucks for Carolina. At the same time, I just kind of really feel like the Panthers' offense has totally been playing absolutely bad. I mean, Bryce Young, he was totally bad for 2 weeks. They couldn't get the offense going. They can't run the ball. Their offensive line can't protect. Receivers can't really separate. Their defense is totally okay, but not great. We know they can't really stop the run. They can't stop the pass. I mean, last week they couldn't stop the run last week. They made J.K. Dobbins look good out there. I think the Raiders can move the ball in Carolina. I think they can run the ball on them. I think they can throw on them a little bit. Devontae Adams had a good game last week, and so has Brock Bowers did. I like to see these guys step up. And the O-line is playing better for the Raiders. The defense looked pretty good against the Ravens. I think they can get a pass rush on the Panthers. So, yeah. And on top of that, the Raiders should win this game, which I am picking the Raiders to win the game because the Raiders are at home. They got the better quarterback, better coaching. They're the more complete team overall. And I just don't really see how the Panthers are going to be able to move the ball. I just don't see how the Panthers, are going to be able to move the ball. I think the Panthers, can move the ball a little bit on them. I don't think they're going to be able to do it much. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Raiders to win the game, but I'll take them to cover. I think this is going to be a blowout. I'm going to say like a 24-10, something like that. So, yeah. So, giving the Raiders to win and to cover. Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks is favored by 4.5. Obviously, let me see. You said what?
You going to the gym today?
Yeah, I am, but I don't know where Mom is.
You want me to take you?
I don't even know what time Mom's gonna get back.
You don't know what she went?
She said she went somewhere. I don't really know.
Well, comb your hair and stuff, and I'll take you.
Okay, so we got the Seahawks versus the Dolphins. So the Dolphins is favored. The Seahawks is favored at 4.5. So it's just going to be the Tualess Dolphins. It's going to be Geno Smith versus the Tualess Dolphins. So no Tua, he's on IR. They're starting Skylar Thompson. I don't think Skylar Thompson gives them the best chance to win. So I'm going to take the Dolphins. So that reminds me I'm taking Seattle to win and cover. because Seattle's the better team, better quarterback. They're at home. Seattle's a tough place to play at. The Dolphins, on the other hand, I thought they looked pretty poor last week against the Bills. Like they barely couldn't stop James Cook because James Cook would tear him apart. The defense was a problem. They couldn't defend Josh Allen. At least they stopped the pass okay. Um, the Dolphins couldn't really move the ball. Like Tua looked at awful. So yeah, like I just don't really see how the Dolphins are going to be able to move the ball well enough. The Seahawks defense, they should be able to stop the run, load the box. So yeah, and they have a great secondary, so they should be able to like man up against the Dolphins receiving core. So look out for Devon Witherspoon, Tyreek Hill, and then Tariq Woolen and Jalen Waddle. And then also the Dolphins secondary is pretty good, but their secondary is a bit overrated. I think Seattle can throw on them. I think they can have success on offense. I think they can move the ball a little bit on the Dolphins because the Dolphins' run defense has been a problem. So I think if Kenneth Walker plays, I think they can run the ball. I think they can. I think Seattle has a better defense in my opinion. I think Mike Macdonald, like he did with the Ravens last year, I think he finds a way to confuse the Dolphins' offense. Like he did that when he was with the Ravens. I think he does it again. I think I don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to stay competitive in the game like they did. I know when Skylar Thompson was playing, he kept them competitive, but I just don't see it happening. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to score enough points. So I'm gonna say the Seahawks win this game. Like if Tua was playing this game, this could be interesting though. But without Tua, it may not be interesting though. So I think the Seahawks, like I said, they should be able to move the ball, especially against a defense that got ripped up by the Bills, and they only won by more. I think Seattle can win, but can blow them out. I'm gonna say Seattle wins like 31-10, something like that, 31-17. So give me the Seattle to win, and give me Seattle to cover. Next game we have the Baltimore Ravens versus the Dallas Cowboys. Baltimore's fair by 1.5. Obviously, this game right here should be fun to watch, but at the same time, this is gonna be fun to watch because it's very interesting though because Ravens are coming off a 2-game losing streak. The Cowboys are definitely coming off a blowout loss against the Saints. Obviously, most people are picking the Cowboys to win because they think the Ravens are going to lose again. But I really want the Cowboys to win, even though they're my team. I really want Dallas to win. But at the same time, I just don't really know if I have a lot of faith in Dallas to win the game. But there's a chance they can win since they're at home. I think playing a dome can help. But I'm going to go with the Ravens to win this game. I think the Ravens are going to get back on track and beat the Cowboys. Like, I just have a feeling that the Ravens are the better team overall, better coaching. And I just think they have a better run defense, in my opinion. The Cowboys' run defense is a little bit atrocious. Like, think about it last week against the Saints. They couldn't really stop the run last week against the Saints because Alvin Kamara was tearing them apart because he went for 4 touchdowns. The offense they couldn't get things going offensively because Dak Prescott was struggling against man coverage, and they couldn't really run the ball. I think the Ravens can run the ball a bit better in this game. I think they run the ball better than the Cowboys because the Cowboys haven't proven to me they can run the ball yet. I think the Ravens can run the ball a little bit. I think Derrick Henry can have a good game. I think Lamar can have a good game. And I think the defense can find a way to stop the run of the Cowboys. And I think, they do have a great secondary that can really man up against CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys receivers. That's something to see. So look out for Humphrey and CeeDee to be a good matchup. So that's something that you got to watch. And look out for – so if Jake Ferguson plays, that can help. But I think it's going to be close, though. I mean, as long as the Cowboys can at least, move the ball and and not struggle at times, I think they could keep this game close and competitive. But I think the Ravens just need a win because I just don't see them going 0-3. Because if this is my last chance, I'm getting Baltimore to win. Because if they don't win this game, then I will not pick them for a month. I'm saying the Ravens got to win this game or else they're in trouble. So I'm taking the Ravens to win because they're just a better team overall. So yeah, give me the Ravens to win, but I'm gonna take them to cover as well. So I'm gonna say the Ravens win like 23-16, something like that. So yeah, so I got the Ravens in this game. Next game, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Los Angeles Rams. The Niners are favored by 6.5. Obviously, I got the 49ers win this game. The Niners are a better team, better coaching. I think Kyle Shanahan, he owns McVay as he particularly does. I just kind of really think the defense the defense has been like the Rams, I just don't trust the Rams right now. They look absolutely a shit show to me. Like the Rams, like, think about this. The Rams got so many injuries on offense. Now Cooper Kupp got hurt, he's out, and then Puka Nacua is on IR, and then Tiggy's on IR. Like, they got so many injuries on offense, especially on the offensive line. Like, I just don't really see how the Rams are going to be able to move the ball well enough. The Niners should be able to stop the run, load the box, to give the Rams offense a tough time. And I think their secondary can find a way to at least like stop their passing attack. I think they can slow down their passing attack. Given that with no Puka, no Cooper Kupp, no Higbee, that can help. The Niners offense should be able to move the ball, especially Jordan Mason. He's been finding ways to run the ball. He's looking good out there. And I'm hoping Brandon you can have a good game after, with him being a bum for like the past 2 weeks, because I have him on my fantasy team. So I hope he gets a touchdown this week. I hope he has a good game. But I don't know about Kittle, because Kittle, he might not play. We know Debo's out. But I feel like Juwan James can step up. So, yeah. I mean, the Rams defense is totally not great. Think about this. The Rams couldn't really stop the run last week. They couldn't really, stop the pass last week. Like, James Conner was just tearing them up, and so was Kyler Murray was. So I think this game right here, I don't think it's going to be close. If the Rams were healthy, it could be much closer. But I think the Niners find a way to win and cover. So I'm going to say the Niners win 30-17, something like that. So yeah, I think it could be a blowout. But I wouldn't be shocked if they keep this game close. But I think the Niners will win because they're just a better team overall. So yeah, give me the Niners to win, give me the Niners to cover. All right, next game we have the Detroit Lions versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Lions are favored by -3. Obviously, this game right here can go either way. We know most people are picking the Cardinals to win because they're at home. And, they're coming off a big win against the Rams. Now, I like how the way the Cardinals did last week. They ran the ball really well. And, Kyler played really well. The defense was actually playing outstanding against the Rams. So I don't really think the Cardinals defense is that talented enough to keep up with the Lions, because I think the Lions are just a better team overall, which leads me towards the Lions winning this game. I just feel like, with Aiden Hutchinson versus a backup left tackle is an issue. That's a problem. And the Lions have a better secondary, which I think they can man up against the Cardinals receiving core. And the Cardinals don't really have enough guys in the secondary that can cover against the Lions. I think Amon-Ra can have a big game here because I have him on my fantasy team. I hope he gets a touchdown this week, especially he had a big game last week after being a bum in week 1. And I think Sam Laporte can have a good game. Jahmyr Gibbs can. I think they can run the ball on them. They can throw at them. And Jameson Williams is looking like a star out there. So, yeah. So, the Lions got some weapons on offense that can give the Cardinals defense issues. So, I think the Lions defense can find a way to give Kyler issues. So, yeah. So, I think the Lions win because they're the other better team, better coaching staff, better quarterback. I just think the Lions, Jared Goff is just a better quarterback than Kyler Murray because I'm playing golf in fantasy this week anyway. So yeah. So I just think the Lions win this game here because I think the Lions are just a way better team. So yeah, giving the Lions to win. I'm gonna say Arizona covers because I think Arizona can find a way to keep this game competitive in this game. I think it should be a fun game to watch. I think the Lions win like 31-27, something like that. So I'm going to take the Lions to win, but the Cardinals to cover. All right, next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs versus Atlanta Falcons. The Kansas City Chiefs are favored by -3. This game should be fun to watch. Primetime Kirk versus Primetime Mahomes. It should be fun. So, yeah. So, obviously, this is going to be fun. I just think, but between the matchups, it's just a defense. This game's going to be fun to watch because Falcons are coming off an upset win against the Eagles. Now, can they do it against the Chiefs? I don't know because I don't think the Falcons' defense is that great despite them playing really good. I thought the offense didn't really look pretty good last week until like late in the fourth quarter. They got things going. Darnell Mooney was looking good. Drake London was looking good, and B. John Robinson, he was running the ball really good. Kyle Pitts, he was looking pretty good. And then on the other side, the Falcons, their defense is playing excellent. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they kind of played outstanding against the Falcons. Yeah.
You want me to take your mom and tell her I'm gonna take you to the gym?
I don't know where she is.
Huh? Oh, okay, she's over here.
All right. I just think the Chiefs' defense could be the X factor. I think the Chiefs' defense do a better job stopping the run than the Falcons. Because I think the Falcons' defense could be a problem in this game. So I think the Chiefs' offense, they can totally move the ball on the Chiefs Falcons. I don't really know the Chiefs are going to be able to run the ball effectively because they don't have Pacheco in this game. So that's going to suck. Like, who's going to be their running back one? We don't know. It could be a backup. But I think the Falcons can run the ball better, but I don't think they're going to be able to do enough against that Chiefs defense. And I think that their secondary can slow down their passing attack. Spaz can have a good game plan for Kirk Cousins like he did last year. So, I just kind of really feel like the Chiefs are going to win this game because I think the Chiefs are just a way better team, better quarterback, better coaching. I feel like Rashee Rice can have a good game. Xavier Worthy can. Look out for Kelsey. I hope he has a good game this week because I have him on fantasy. I'm hoping he has a good game this week after being a bum for like the past 2 weeks. He's not been looking good. They need to get him involved more because I have him on fantasy team. So I'm hoping he scores a touchdown this week. So, yeah. So I think the Chiefs offense can move the ball. And I don't think the Falcons have much of a pass rush to get out there Mahomes. I think the Chiefs defensive line is a lot better. They can get a bit of a pass rush there. So, yeah. So look out for McDuffie versus Drake London. So that will be a good matchup. So, yeah. So I got the Chiefs winning, but give me Atlanta with the points. I think the Falcons do cover this game to keep it close and competitive like they did last week. I like what they did last week. So I'm going to take Atlanta the cover, but the Chiefs to win. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by -5. Obviously, this game right here can definitely go either way. Obviously, I'm going to take the Bills to win. Okay. I'm going to take the Bills to win because the Bills are at home. They're the better team, better quarterback, better coaching. The Bills Mafia is a tough place to play at. It's going to go crazy. I don't have faith in the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're on a losing streak, and how the way they lost to me, how would you lose to the Cleveland Browns? Like, that's crazy. Like I said, I'm going with the team that's at home and the team that's not slumping. I just like how Buffalo's playing right now. So, yeah. I just like how Buffalo's playing right now. I just think their defense can totally give the Jags offense issues. Like, because I just think the Bills offense it totally can have a master game. I think Josh Allen is gonna have a good game here. I just kind of really feel like because I think Dalton Kincaid can have a good game. Look out for Coleman. He can have a good game after having for being a bum last week and he had no catches. Week 4 had a better game. I think the Bills offense can have a good game. Look out for Kincaid. Look out for James Cook to have another monster game. I mean, the Bills defense could be better. They have the passers to get after Trevor Lawrence. They have the corners to match up against the Jags receivers. Evan Ingram not playing this game, so that could help. So yeah, I'm gonna take Buffalo to win. I'm gonna take Buffalo to cover. I'm gonna say the Bills win like 23-17, something like that. So yeah, but you know what? Give me the Bills to win and the Bills to cover. All right, last game we have the Washington Commanders versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals fair at -7. Two LSU quarterbacks playing against each other. Joe Burrow versus Jaden Daniels. That's gonna be fun to watch. Obviously, I got the Bengals winning this game. The Bengals are the more complete team. Better quarterback, better coaching. They're at home. They got better defense overall. I mean, I thought the Bengals looked pretty good against the Chiefs. Washington looked pretty good against the Giants as well. But I hope the Bengals win this game. T. Higgins should be back, which that can help them pass and attack. Because I don't think Washington's secondary is that good because I don't really see how they can cover the Bengals. Jamar Chase can have a good game, so is T. Higgins. Mike Gesicki's can. And their running game is just not starting to work. They got to get the run game involved. The defense can find a way to confuse Jaden Daniels. Like their pass rush is really good. The secondary is good. Their I just really have a feeling that the Bengals, I just think the Bengals, are just a way better team overall. But I think they need to win this game overall. This is a bounce back for the Bengals to win. They just need to win. They just need to move the ball offensively, defensively. They need to find a way to stop the run. They got guys in second that can cover Terry McLaurin. Maybe they can double him. They can triple him. They can do all these things. The Bengals, I just think they are just a way better team. They should be able to get their offense going, get the defense going. So yeah, giving the Bengals to win, I'm gonna take the Washington with the points. I think Washington can keep this game so interesting. I think the game can be interesting, so I'm gonna go say 24-20-17, something like that. So yeah, so basically I'm gonna take the Bengals to win, but the Commanders to cover. Well, those are all my week 3 predictions for this week. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comments below what you guys think. So, do you think I'm wrong? So yeah. So can't wait forward to this week. Well, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later in the next video. Peace.